Have you ever thought that something bad just can't happen to you? Maybe you believe that you're less likely to get into a car accident or fail an exam. Or maybe you think that you're not going to run out of money for retirement. If you're overestimating positive outcomes but underestimating risks, you may be experiencing the optimism bias. The optimism bias is why we think our vacation's going to go smoothly, even though we didn't double check our passport or our plane tickets. It's the same reason why entrepreneurs might think that their startup will succeed when 90% of them actually fail. Optimism isn't necessarily bad because it keeps us motivated and resilient. But if optimism is left unchecked, it can lead to poor planning. You can also project an optimism bias by telling someone that everything's going to be okay when they're in a state of crisis, even though there may not be any way to tell that everything is going to be okay. Lots of people suffer through crises, and they never recover. So if you think that your optimism might be biased, there are ways that you can help yourself. Before just deciding that everything's going to be fine, you can do a couple of things to make sure that your actions and your thoughts are more informed. You can seek information in the form of statistics or find out what the experts are saying. Or you can play devil's advocate. You can ask yourself what could possibly go wrong, and you could plan for worst-case scenarios. Even if a worst-case scenario feels unlikely. Optimism is great, but when you balance it with realism, you're thinking critically. When you learn about logical fallacies and cognitive biases, and you can recognize them in your own thinking as well as the thinking of others, you can avoid being manipulated by your own thoughts or what you see on television, what you read in the news, or what you see on social media in relationships. That's critical thinking.